Have you ever imagined a love that was so true and so deep and proven that there was nothing to be said, there was nothing to be shared, that love itself, the love itself, was its own fulfillment? I remember seeing an old couple at a cafe at the Guggenheim Art Museum in New York City. They were so old you wouldn't have expected them to be out and about like they were. And they were sitting across the table from each other in a very noisy and crowded cafe with their arms both resting on the table so that just their fingertips were touching. And they were sitting there in silence, eating their food and saying nothing to each other, but touching each other's fingertips after what I imagined was a lifetime together. And I thought, that's real love, when there's nothing to be said, nothing to be added, no concerns to be raised, no interests to fritter away upon with each other, just the simple being together, being the fulfillment and enough. And I know in the Old Testament there's a phrase in Micah, I think it is, that says that to be still and know that God is. There's another place where he says the fulfillment of life, or the purpose of life, to enjoy your work and walk humbly with your God. And I imagine to walk humbly with the divine is to sit at that noisy cafe table in very much the same way that elderly couple were so content just to know each other was there, and having had a life so long together that nothing remained to be said, that the knowing was deep enough, that the company was pure enough. Ramana Maharshi says that silence is truth. He says silence is bliss, silence is peace, silence is the self. And it made me acutely aware and interested in this inner silence that has been given to us. This inner quiet where love lives, where the image of God has been placed. Perhaps that thumb-sized presence of the divine in the heart. And that to find that place in silence, the only thing necessary is to stop being interested or distracted by the noise of the mind, by a ceasing an interest in the conjurings of thought, and to sit silently outside of thought, outside of mind, enjoying simply that divine presence, the I am, that being, that existence absolute. And in that to find truth, to find peace, to find bliss, and to know it as the self. And to have that be enough in this moment, this endless, eternal moment, to just sit quietly with the knowledge that God is love. And like an old couple, to sit with the beloved, contentedly, quiet, richly, deeply, and fulfilled.